First of all, Cheryl, just how's your heart rate after that one?
Good. I actually do well in those kind of games. You get to a place where you're just like, players are going to make plays right now. So that's actually the most comforting part of the game. I'm not good probably for the other 35 minutes.
And then just for you, Fee was really everywhere the last, I don't know how many minutes, especially on the offensive glass too, to really keep you guys in that game. Just what stood out to you the most about her performance tonight?
Will, I was concerned on the last play just how much attention she was going to get because we were just basically having to run everything through Fee. She was creative. We're getting good shots behind her, which was good. But they had to know it was coming to her, just like we know it's going to Jewel. And Fee, they didn't bite on the handoff at all, as he didn't. Fee just made a good move as he went down a little bit. Sammy came over to help, and Fee just was able to shoot over the top of her in just a really poised way. Fee said she appreciated a second chance it didn't go well for us at the end of regulation. So she said all I needed was a second chance. And obviously we've seen Fee make that shot. It's a really pretty shot. She had nice trajectory on it. Like you said, the stat line, second player ever in the history of our league. There's been a lot of great players. I think that speaks to how Fee was feeling about the game and ways she imposed her will in every facet of the game.
And I think Kayla was shooting 29% from three before the game on Tuesday. And I want to say she's like 8 of 17 since then, and has had 37 points the last two games while playing some pretty tough defense on the other end. Just what has her resurgence here the last couple of games meant to you and your team? Well,
obviously, we needed her. And from her standpoint, I think what we were really confident in is there's going to be a correction. That's not what's going to happen over the course of the season. So you're just waiting for the correction to happen. And she has a great belief in herself. And we got to talk about that last defensive possession. Came back in the game at our place defensively on Jewel. That last possession, her, making sure that it wasn't an easy catch. You don't want to let them just get into what they're trying to run. Diamond had good ball pressure. K-Mac didn't let Jewel cut to the basket, forced a bad pass, or a tough pass, I should say, over the top. And then, things were just hectic for him at that point. So what a massive defensive play. So in addition to K-Mac making shots, and she's now got 1,000 points in a Lynx uniform, her defense, and she played a lot of minutes, but her defense was equally as good as her shot making.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Chris Long?
What's been different the last couple of weeks? 5 wins in 7 against pretty good opponents in a variety of ways. What's been different?
I just think, I kind of said this before, I kind of alluded to it, like when you're not winning, it can do different things to you. And this is why I've said I like this group so much that, while we were 0-6, if you were around our team, you don't walk into the gym and go, they haven't won a game. Just how they respond to that and how they treat each other. That's how you learn about a team, is when you're going through like your worst of times. They believed in themselves. They believed that it would turn as we kind of got a little more familiar, as coaches worked through rotations and play calling, et cetera. We've found a little bit more of a groove now, and they're buying into what it's going to take to be successful. Obviously that first half, that second quarter was really rough. Third quarter was really rough for our defense, but to drive their field goal percentage all the way down to 40%, obviously the 3-ball, they made some tough shots. They made somebody hurt. Sammy was ridiculous. Wickham was ridiculous. And obviously Jewel, shooting it so well from 3, but we cleaned up some things in the second half, but just the buy-in, I think, to, and they've always been bought in, but I think it's just, figuring out how to execute what we believe, like basic things. I told them stories about an out of bounds play, through the years of, it's Rebecca Brunson getting a steal when a team's trying to run their last possession to end the game. It's Maya Moore getting a deflection on an inbound pass. Now it's Kayla McBride. It's Diamond Miller's ball pressure. We told them those are the plays. That's what I remember. Yeah, Diamond's basket was big, or K-Max. Yes, of course, you got to score. It's getting the jump ball when you're supposed to get the jump ball. And we had that jump ball. We were able to secure it. We had to battle for it and get a timeout in. So just things like that. I just think we've kind of found, just this belief in ourselves, and we were 0-6. That's certainly, that was real. You go back and watch some of those games. It was we try not to. We don't go back and watch that. We're a different team that's found a real confidence and trust in one another.
You mentioned you're chill in the final seconds. Is that just because as a coach, there's nothing you can do about it once the huddle breaks, or is it because you knew
That's
Nafisa
exactly right.
was going to get the ball?
Well, and you have to think, you want to feel good about play calls. You want to make sure that, you're level headed, whatever. And then you just got to, that's a fun time for a coach, is to watch players make plays. You hope that you put them in position, whatever. And then, that's just, for whatever reason, I think a lot of coaches would tell you that, because you got to be so locked in, and there's a lot that you're managing there. And, so I think I enjoyed the heck out of it. I mean, I was on our team hard in that first half, and even I was on them hard, and but they found a way, to. And I talked about emotional maturity. I brought that up, because you could very easily feel sorry for yourself. You could very easily, Diamond, who was kind of an up and down emotional, when it goes good, but she was catching herself, and Dorka. I've said it, and I finally told her in person what I say when she's not around. Her emotional maturity to battle through what I thought was just an okay first half to really help us win that basketball game. It's fun to have rookies to be a part of that.
Appreciate it. I'll see you next week.
All right, sounds good, Chris.
Noah?
Yeah, just I kind of wanted to ask you, did it feel like Nafisa played 45 minutes tonight, or was she ready to go more?
I was, well, I mean, she looked like she could go more. Wasn't necessarily what we wanted to do. But I mean, it's just hard to take her off the floor. So, but she looked good. She probably could rebound a little more. I always tell her that, she could probably, get those numbers up if you're playing 45 minutes. But yeah, I mean, she had energy. Sometimes it's hard when you come out here, in the time zone, and, it's basically to your body a 9 o'clock start. She's got a baby, so I know she goes to bed by 9. So I wasn't quite sure what we were going to get out of her for a full game and an overtime.
What is the sort of calming effect? You mentioned Diamond's kind of like, she's the energetic, electric sort of person. Like, what is the calming effect that Nafisa brings to that equation, and how did you sort of see that play out, tonight? Yeah,
I mean, because she's her and K-Mac are the most experienced players, and so another game where K-Mac. We had a nice stretch there where we got down a little bit, and K-Mac, she made the play call. She got him in it, and we executed. It was a big bucket that we got Fee on. I just think that they're coming into timeouts and they're talking, and they've been there. Fee in particular is just, she knows exactly what we're doing, why we're doing it. They trust her. So, Diamond is just, like I said before, she's just engaged, and it's funny at the same time. I mean, there's been some real comic relief and really like crazy moments, and and the team was laughing, and so that's how like you're in a really good place, that that the game was in in the balance, so to speak, and not going our way a little bit, but we just had our heads about us, which was great to see.
For basically everything that happened after the first quarter with Jewel Lloyd,
yeah,
do you just chalk that up like uncontrollable?
It's coming. It's coming. You hope that the fire doesn't get started, but as soon as it gets started, it's a shit. Because now it's just going to be, and like it leaves her hand, and you're going, okay, that one's in, and then we were going to make it tough for her, to get that last shot off, but she's a great player.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Any further questions?
Thanks, everybody. Oh, go ahead, Terry.
Sorry, Coach, congrats on another fun one. Didn't want to keep you in much later, but as the fourth quarter unfolded, figured this would be the first thing we talked to you about, and turns out it ended up being the number 5, number 6 thing, as it gets buried under everything that happened in overtime. But 6+ minutes, maybe 6.5 minutes of them going without a field goal. Yeah. You mentioned really got on the group early in the first half about defense, and I think Seattle missed some good looks, but it looked like their comfort level had been really affected by the defense in the fourth quarter. Was that just a matter of it just starting to work at that time, or were there any like big adjustments from the third quarter to the fourth quarter to be that successful defensively in the fourth?
Yeah, we adjusted at halftime. I think it showed itself a little bit more as we were doing it, which we had to change our pick and roll coverage because they were having their way with us getting into the paint easily, very, very comfortable. So we were mixing up, doing, switching a little bit. It was hard because some of the personnel was a little bit easier when you had certain players in the game. And then if not, we were going back and forth. And I just thought we were overall more aggressive. I thought our guards were getting through screens a little bit better. We didn't let Sammy get free. I mean, I think the one she got into the clock where, just a really errant shot that, bangs off the backboard and lands in Sammy's hands to into the shot clock for a 3. Okay. But after she hit this hard one that was in front of our bench where she foot raced K-Mac and got a handoff and just turned and just splash one on us. I just thought we were really more mindful about not letting her get free. So we were adjusting with our bigs being more of a factor in all the action. And it's a tough balance because you got Ezzy rolling and you're not trying to give her an easy basket. So it's a tough balance. And that's where I thought we created some turnovers in the paint. Jewel had 6 turnovers. I think we were putting her in tough spots. It was crowded. So yeah, I think that the group did a great job kind of adjusting and only 8 points in the paint after halftime, including an overtime game. So that was pretty impressive for us after getting 26 in the first half is what they had.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Jack?
Cheryl, congratulations. You moved into a tie for third place all time in WNBA wins. Just I know you're big on milestones, but maybe not so much for yourself, but what does it mean to you to achieve that on a night where it really is a true win, where, like you said, there was just will across the board from every player that stepped foot on the floor tonight?
Yeah, we went through so many superlatives for the players. I think you know what I'm going to say, just if you do this long enough, you'll have a chance to win some games and sort of climb. But I think more than anything, I just really proud of the team. I don't think about things like that. They, obviously Abby and company do a great job of all the milestones, but that's got to be the most boring one of the night.
Only when you hold a team under 40?
Yeah, well,
that's the only
I
one
think
you
it's
follow?
40 or below. So I don't know if it counts at 40.5. Do we count the 40.5? Okay, they're not going to give us that one, but it's like 1,000,006. That's what I always tell the team. So they didn't give it to us this game. So they're tough. Abby and Swanee are tough, whether they're going to give it to us.
Thanks, Cheryl.
All right. Thanks, everybody.